third live video for the Monday. I usually, if I do 2 live videos, it's a lot, but I feel like this has to be shared immediately. And this is something that's happening in California right now, right? California drivers, so that all the drivers around the nation know, are getting all these adjustments, new regulations, amendments, and agreements from Uber that Uber is forcing them to sign in order for a driver to continue driving in California. So I want to forewarn all those drivers in Texas, Florida, Arizona, Nevada, this is coming because we are pushing for change, right? Now, I will gladly put the links underneath the video. What did Uber send out on January the 3rd? They sent out the California regulatory rules and requirements, new ones, combating AB5. What did they send out on January the 6th, 2020? They sent out the Uber California fare addendums. On January 6, 2020, they sent out the Uber indemnity agreement. You're talking 30, 40 pages, folks, right? So I'm telling you right now, I want to give a little bit of a pre-warning. This is coming to other states. The big one, 20-page document, the Uber Platform Access Agreement, January the 6th, 2020, right? And I have been flooded with inquiries. What do we do? What do we do? Very simple. We all agree, right? So we can continue driving, continue making money, but everyone immediately opts out. How does this work? So if we look at one of the lead attorneys, a heavy hitter who's filed a lot of class action suits against Uber, against Lyft, and he's been very successful and has been collecting, he immediately sent a letter out to all the drivers saying, I'm going to read the letter to you so you know what the reply is to all of these agreements and regulations in California, right? And I guess 99% said okay, and they kept on driving. Means at that point when you said okay, right, you immediately here agreed to the new platform access agreement, which is 20 pages long. 20 pages long. All legal verbiage to go around AB5, right? And I'm going to ask you this one question. Does Uber have your best interest in mind, or do they have their best interest in mind? Please answer that for me here in the live feed. Do they have your best interest in mind, or do they have their best interest in mind? Listen, it's 20 pages, changes of legal verbiage forcing drivers to abide by their new rules so that they can circumvent AB5, right? But here's the beauty. When you have access to these lawyers, it's 20 pages long, folks, and that is only the platform access, right? I showed you they sent out on the January the 3rd and January the 6th, they sent out 1, 2, 3, 4 different agreements, way over 50 pages, right? So, hey, sign here or you can't drive. Okay, we sign, we continue driving, but we all opt out. Every California driver opt out. Otherwise, they have you by the BALLS, right? They've got you, right? So you want that freedom. You don't want to be tied in to their. If you sign off on this and you don't opt out within 30 days, what happens? You are now agreeing to their terms, right? Remember that the state is in lawsuits with them discussing new terms so that you come out better, right? So what this Uber class action attorney says, this is the way to react, right? So it's not even coming from rideshare professor's mouth. It's coming from a very heavy hitter, a class action attorney. And he says, all of you have received this email, right? I wanted to thank you for all entrusting my firm, and his firm is a class action law firm, right? So this letter went out to all the individuals that he is protecting in this lawsuit against Uber, right? And many have already collected. My firm advocating for your rights against Uber. Listen to that. My firm with advocating for your rights against Uber. And thank you in advance for your patience, as this litigation will take some time to resolve itself, likely at least a couple of years. Listen to this. It'll take a few years before they anticipate getting any resolutions on this. But in the meantime, I've learned Uber has sent new terms and new conditions to all drivers for the 2020 year. These are the documents we're referring to. These are the documents that were sent out to the California drivers. The lead attorney is responding to that to the drivers and saying, hang on, right? So we accept it, but we opt out, right? Again, there's an arbitration. Listen up carefully, my friends, because I'm also forewarning those Texas and Florida and all those other states that drivers are going to walk into that same trap, just like all the California drivers just walked into this trap, because Uber believes they have you by the BALLS, right? You sign it, you want to continue earning money. They think, okay, cool, we got him. But along come the attorneys, right? And I know for a fact I'm one that opts out of every single agreement. I never want to be a slave to their rhythm. I work at my own rhythm. I am my own independent contractor. Uber does not dictate the terms to me, and I sure damn hope they don't dictate the terms to you. That is why I make the video. That is why I share this information with you, right? So, again, there's an arbitration provision, and it's important that you all do the following once again, to opt out of the arbitration provision with Uber. Email to, there it is, right? Opt out, email to opt out at Uber. Email to opt out at Uber, right? Number 1, your name. Number 2, your phone number associated with your account. Number 3, the city you reside in. And number 4, write your intent that you want to opt out of the arbitration provision. As always, do not hesitate to contact us with any questions or concerns. Right out of the attorney horse's mouth, right? So you sign off, you agree, and then you immediately go into the opt-out gear. You switch gears into opt-out, right? Again, do you want me to read it to you? There is an arbitration provision in here, and it's important that you all do the following once again to opt out of the arbitration provision with Uber. Email to optout@uber.com. Number 1, your name. Number 2, the phone number associated with your account. Number 3, the city you reside in. And number 4, write your intent that you want to opt out of the arbitration provision, right? So this document, my friend, here it is on the top, 20 pages long, the new California one, right? Mark my words, this is coming to New York. This is coming to New Jersey, because what all of these other states are doing, they are looking at California. How is it playing out there between California, right, and between Uber? Do we see a victory on the horizon? Do we see new gig worker laws? Okay, let's kick into gear. Texas, Florida, Utah, Colorado, implement. No state will turn a blind eye to this if they see money. If they see that California, who took the initiative, is going to start collecting money, everyone's going to follow suit, because right now, no city, no state is making any money from Uber tax-wise, right? Remember, they are registered overseas. All their patents are overseas. They pay diddly squat $0.00 taxes, right? And they do not pay any taxes on those individual drivers. Who pays the taxes? The drivers pay the taxes on their earnings. But Uber, 0.00. So the states are saying, California took the initiative. Doesn't work like this, buddy. You're using our roads, you're using our licenses, you're using our airports, you're using our parking facilities, our wear, our tear, the pollution to our city blah, 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 blah. It's time, Uber, you're going to pay up. And the good thing is that California started putting on the boxing gloves, right? And now they're battling. We want these guys to settle out of court for something that creates a win for California, a win for the drivers, a win for Uber. I want to see a win-win-win agreement, right? So this is only the platform access agreement. You then have the California fare addendum, 3 pages, right, for California. You then have the California indemnity agreement, January the 6th, 3 pages. And like I said, you have the Uber platform agreement, 20 pages. There's a total of 4 documents that were sent to California drivers on the January the 3rd and January the 6th. Mark my words, James Campbell just said it, opt out. If you do not opt out, they will squeeze those testicles as hard as they wish. And that is damn painful. Any female that doesn't know that pain, guys know that pain. Have you ever got a football in your nuts, a soccer ball in your nuts, a tennis ball in your nuts? It's freaking painful. And that's what Uber is trying to do. They're trying to squeeze all the cheese. Ain't gonna work, sunshine. Ain't gonna work, Derek K. Because we're gonna slap you in the face. We don't fall for this crap, right? Ain't gonna work, Logan Green, because we're gonna slap you in the face. We don't fall for this crap, right? So I am telling you right now, my friends, right? Robin Rena, thank you very much for all those wonderful messages. Rideshare Hippie, I saw you there this morning. I believe you were from Phoenix. Am I right? If my memory recalls. Scott Tucker, I live in Nevada. On the 3rd, they sent it to me. I opted out immediately. That's it. Amen. He knows what he's doing. Streets of LA, they do that on purpose. Sure, they do that on purpose, but if they do it on purpose and you know they're doing it on purpose, you better have a counter plan, streets of LA. Otherwise, you ain't going to be driving on the streets of LA, right? Simple. Alfredo Romero in the house. Honestly, should I drive for Uber, Professor? Listen, if you're making money and you are still in the plus after your car, after your miles, keep on driving, right? Or make it a part-time job, or go and look for something as a semi-full-time job and do this part-time, maybe on weekends, right, Alfredo? I'm not going to make the decision for you. Hey, Alfredo, you need to stop driving. No, I make a crap load of money still with Uber, right? And by the way, for my California friends, right, I'm reading all of this. I opened up a location on Redondo Avenue and 8th Street. I'm going to open up an Uber and Lyft office to train drivers there, right, to help drivers. And we opened up an auto repair shop and electric shop for you guys. And I got the state certifications to do all the Uber and Lyft inspections. I applied for it, paid for it, I got it. I also paid for all the statewide DMV inspections. If you fail your brakes, if you fail your lights, a cop pulls you over, you can now come to the rideshare professor's office, right? I have a share in that company in Long Beach. Why did I put it into Long Beach? So I can accommodate people coming up from San Diego. I can accommodate Orange County and Long Beach, and I can accommodate the LA crowd, right? And at that location, my friends, Redondo Avenue and 8th Street, right, with my partner, Ruben Miller, we are going to throw a fat party, right? I'm going to get a DJ. We're going to get lights in there, lasers, mirror balls, food, drinks. We're going to throw a party. I want 200 drivers to show up, right? I will announce that party. I'm also going to be throwing a party in Nevada, in Las Vegas, at the Cosmopolitan up in the penthouse, right? We're going to have another party there. So I want to have fun with the California crowd, right? My gosh, Sacramento, San Jose, you're all welcome to come down, join the party. But then I also want to go and party with the Nevada crowd, right? And then I will also be doing another one, maybe still this year, in Arizona, in Phoenix, in Scottsdale, because I have some property out there and we want to throw a big party out there as well, right? So I want to connect with as many soldiers as possible, because right now in 2020, we need those soldiers. we need to go and battle, right? And the only way we win this is if we stay together, we stay on the same page, and we use social media. We will win this battle, my friends, right? But that means we need the energy, we need the commitment of all drivers. I'm letting you know right now what's happening here in California. There is a lot happening, and Uber is scared, right? And Uber is spending big money on their attorneys and wisening up, trying to circumvent in every possible way, circumvent the law. Lyft, the usual thing, they sit low, they lay low, they watch, they fly under the radar stealth mode. Let Uber do it, let Uber pay all the money, let Uber be in the media, and then where need be, we will adjust. UGP, Paula is in the house. Redondo Beach, that's a trailer park at the address. Which one? Redondo Beach? Redondo Beach, there's a hub. No. I said Redondo Beach and 8th Street in Long Beach. I didn't say in Redondo Beach. I said in Long Beach. Okay, so don't spread the wrong info here, Uber girl Paula. 8th Street and Redondo Avenue in Long Beach. The building is red, white, and blue in the American colors. That's where the party is going to be. Paul Figueroa, thank you, Torsten, for being the lighthouse during our journey through rough waters. And I just say to you, thank you, Paul, for being a good friend, right? And thank you for taking the time to have that amazing dinner that we had together down in San Diego with Thomas, with Dave, with all the guys. And you know what? We're going to do it again, and we're going to battle together, right? These are the individuals, guys like Paul, guys like James, guys like Tony Slaughter, girls like Paula, guys like Scott, guys like Anthony. We got to stay on the same page and rally the troops. Anthony Skira asks, how do you opt out? I'm going to show you again how you opt out. You probably just walked into the room right now. Very simple, my friend, right? Here it is. California drivers, this, by the way, this will come to the other states as well. California drivers received on the 3rd of January the California Regulatory Rules and Requirements, 3 pages. The Uber California Fare Addendum on January the 6th, another 3 pages. Uber Indemnity Agreement, January the 6th, another 3 pages. That's 9 pages. And then on Uber Platform Access Agreement on January the 6th, 20 pages. We're talking 29 to 30 pages, right? Okay. How do we opt out? Well, guess what? We want to carry on driving, so we say, okay, boom, agree, but knowing, and the attorneys advise us here, now you have 30 days. There's an arbitration provision, and it's important that you all do the following once again to opt out of the arbitration provision. You don't want to be controlled by your nuts, right, with Uber. And so you email opt out, there it is, right, opt out at uber.com. Number 1, your name. Number 2, your phone number associated with your account. Number 3, the city you reside in. And number 4, you write your intent that you want to opt out of the arbitration provision so that they can't squeeze you, so that they don't own you, so that they don't control you, so that they don't abuse you, so they don't manipulate you, so they don't shaft you over. Period. Is it difficult? No, not difficult at all. You can itemize. The main thing, Tony, is that in that 20 page, that's why they slipped it into the 20 pages. They slipped in that provision about the arbitration. The main thing is that you are opting out of the arbitration provision. The arbitration provision, by opting out of that, it gives you the legal right to fight anything on the other sphere. So by opting out of the arbitration provision, you, the driver, me, the driver, we have the power, if we need to, go and associate ourselves with another attorney, maybe 2022, right? And in 2022, they're filing for 2 years of income where you were supposed to be treated like an employee. You're owned an absolute fortune, but guess what? I forgot to opt out in 2020, January. I didn't opt out, and now I don't have any legal recourse in 21 or at the end of 20. or at the end of 23 or 24, right? It's a lot of cash. I have seen people getting $9,000 checks, $12,000 checks. I mean, had I not opted out each time, how could I have gone after them for $500,000, right? How could I have gone after them in this case here for $8,000? There's another case I filed, right? They just wrote me a response, Uber, right? Had I forgotten to opt out, I wouldn't even stand a chance. Now I'm forcing them into court, my friends, here in California, here in LA. Mike Smith, the opting out is only in regards to agreeing to the arbitration provision. You're still stuck with having agreed to all the other terms and conditions. You're not following me, buddy. When I share some info with you, listen up, buddy. Otherwise, go back to bed and put your head on the pillow, my friend, right? What I said is you are opting out of the arbitration provision. So should they screw you over in any of those other terms, you have recourse, right? So I hope that answers your question. So he says opting out is only in regards to agreeing to the arbitration provision. You're still stuck with having agreed to all the other terms and conditions. No, you haven't. No, you haven't, which is absolutely incorrect, right? If in any of the other terms and conditions you are shafted over because of the fact that you opted out of arbitration, you can go after them legally because they breached terms and conditions that you signed on that particular day. But you opted out of the arbitration, so you have a right to take them on if you feel that they have breached those terms or conditions with you, right? Get it? Okay. It's not my first rodeo. I've rodeoed with McDonald's. I won. McDonald's Food Incorporated settlement. Read it up. Superior Court, Torsten Kunert versus McDonald's Food. I have rodeoed with Time Warner. I won, right? Because I know how to pick good attorneys in the right cases. The right attorney for the right case is very important. I was sued by the California Water Board because I bought literally a zip code. I was one of two zip code owners, owned an entire town called Angeles Oaks. Meantime, sold off all the properties, right? But I also owned the water rights of that entire town, right? And once I found out what the California Water Board was doing to the residents, I got in the right attorneys that understood water law, mineral rights attorneys, and I filed a lawsuit against California, the Water Board, and we won, right? So you got to really pick and choose your battles that you know that you're going to win, but you have to have the right attorney. The same thing if you're in a family case, in family law, and you're going through a divorce. If you have the wrong attorney, they will squeeze the money out of you for years, right? You have to know your rights and your position in that family law case, whether you're the husband or the wife, you're fighting over the kids, you're fighting over your finances, you're fighting over your house. You've got to know where you stand in the equation. You can't just get shafted by some attorney that's taking you for a joyride and making money out of you. So once you've rodeoed a couple of times, right, it's pretty easy to get back in the saddle and rodeo again, right? Rideshare Trickster says, how's it going? It's going amazing. I'm having a good Monday. I'm on a roll. It's been a fantastic day. I got a lot accomplished, and I wanted to push this video out. Ronnie Apocalypse says, can you give an example of what they could do to screw us over that would require legal action outside of arbitration? Good question. I'm going to answer that for you. Just found your page today and don't want to be taken advantage of. I like that. No one will take advantage of you, Ronnie, if you opt out of the arbitration. So once you opt out of arbitration, they cannot force you into arbitration. They cannot force you to go to the American Association of Arbitrators, where you are literally more or less forced to take an arbitrator that they control. Why? Because they are paying the fees. And any arbitrator that is getting paid time and time again, case after case after case by Uber, guess where the loyalties are at the end of the day with an arbitrator? You also don't have the right to go after the big damages, the punitive damages, the wrongful terminations, all of those torts, all of those legal torts where they can screw you over, you don't have a chance in arbitration going after those big, big dollars. So you asked me, can I give you an example? I will. Let's say you, Ronnie, drive in California for all of 2020, right? And you're a guy that's putting in 40, 50 hours a week, 4 weeks a month, 200 hours per month, times 12, right? 2,400 hours per year that you've put in drive time, right? 2,400 hours. Now suddenly the law says, the California law under AB5 says you're supposed to get the minimum of, let's say, $20, right? So 2,400 times $20, my math says that's about $56,000, right? $56,000 that you should have earned in 2020. I did a very basic calculation based on $20 per hour and very reasonable driving hours, right? And now the law that protects you says you're entitled to that $56,000. But because you were being manipulated by Uber, you ended up only making $40,000, right? You could have made $56,000. You basically in 2020 made $16,000 less because of the laws that they were manipulating, right? Now, because you did not agree to that arbitration agreement, you opted out of it, you can come after them for those $16,000. I gave you a very, very realistic example, my friend, right? Based on pretty real numbers, right? So that's, for example, an idea how you could be collecting $16,000. Why? Because there is a class action law firm and they said, hey, by the way, did you know that when all of these laws came into effect in January the 1st, 2020, you kept on driving, Uber kept on shafting you, screwing you over. But my friends, if you can show and prove how many hours you drove, right? Very easy to prove, it's on the app. Then we can collect those monies for you. It's not a bad thing having an additional $16,000 for 1 year driving, right? There we go. Rideshare Trickster, please subscribe to his channel. He's got really cool angles on stories, right? He's got a really, really, really good mind when it comes to finding interesting angles on stories. So please go and subscribe to them, and I appreciate you, right? Mark Fowdy in the house. Torsten, let's say we just opt out now with civil suits which include previous years driving. Would they all be able to be included in non-arbitration legal action, even if you just opted out? Well, hopefully you've been opting out time and time again, right? But if they're updating this stuff and they're bringing out new legal verbiage and you opt out, I believe that's good ground to stand on, that you can show the courts, well, hang on, I opted out of that agreement. But remember, these documents started coming in 2015, very, very strong, when they started bringing in the arbitration clauses. This goes all the way back to 2015, right? So hopefully you've been following my videos for the years. Hopefully every single time you've been opting out, right? Mariano Gonzalez says, Professor, is a 25% pay cut tested a few trips today? So are you basically saying on your trips that you did today, you noticed 25% less in earnings? Am I understanding you correctly? Right? Cool. So please do this, my friends. Please do this. Again, these are the documents that we received on January the 6th and January the 3rd in California, right? The California Regulatory Rules and Requirements, the Uber California Fare Addendum, the Uber Indemnity Agreement, the Uber Platform Access Agreement. What we do here is, because they have slipped in, once again, in those 29 pages, they've slipped in an arbitration clause. What we are doing here, folks, once again, we are opting out. How do we do that? we email optout, OPTOUT, at uber.com. We mention our name. Number 2, our phone number associated with that account, right? If you're in Orange County, it's probably a 714 number. If you in San Diego, maybe it's a 619-856 number. If you're in LA, maybe it's a 424-310 or an 818 number. If you're in Ventura County or Santa Barbara, maybe it's an 805 number. If you are in San Francisco, maybe it's a 415 number. You're following me, right? That's number 2. Number 3, the city that you reside in. Hey, I reside in Anaheim, California. I reside in La Jolla, San Diego. I reside in Santa Monica, California, blah, blah, blah. That goes into number 3. Number 4, write your intent. It is my intent to opt out of the following, mention all the agreements, right? But I'm also hereby opting out of the arbitration provision. Let me repeat that. I'm hereby opting out of the Uber arbitration provision, which takes my power back, which gives me the legal right to go into court if I need to one day, or to align myself with an attorney one day and collect the money. Ka-ching, 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 right? There we go. No, not yet. So, Rideshare Hippie says it states that opt-out at uber.com is for US drivers regarding arbitration only. Right. This is the system in the United States, the arbitration system, right? Now, it would not surprise me if they pull the same nonsense in Australia, in South Africa, and they're only going to do that, or England, or anywhere in Europe, or anywhere in India, only if and when these countries decide to take Uber to court, pretty much based on our AB5 law. Hey, here in Sydney, Australia, we regard the driver as an employee. We follow in the same legal footsteps as in California. Whatever I've said here, as you have already correctly mentioned, regards the United States of America, right? Specifically because this is all going down in California. Mark my words, we're in January. Come March, my predictions, come March, April, June, by summer, this is already in a couple of states, in a couple of US states. They will take action. They want to see money, right? They want to see money. I am all for it that the states take Uber to court, because that starts the negotiation process. If you do not take them to court, if you stand idly by, if you go to sleep, they will do what they want, when they want, with you, right? And that's an absolute no-no. Okay, so Scott Tucker says, okay, I'm going to have Vegas a 4 ignore rate. Don't accept a ride lower than 8 minutes after doing calculations. Good. So we know the rule. At 4, we ignore. 4, 3, 2, 1, we ignore. At 5, we drive. The beautiful thing is I've made 3 or 4 videos on this. They're going viral. People are sharing with me that they have been skipping these trips. They have been letting the rider stand. They're in the rain, in the sunshine, with the umbrella, saying, sorry, not going to pick you up for $4. Time to walk, buddy, right? You walk to the airport. You walk to the convention center. You walk from the hotel to your airport. Why? Because I do not work for $4, right? So keep on spreading that news. I hope you all have Facebook pages. Just grab a link. Just grab one of my pages and drop it into your Facebook page. Or even better, you have your Facebook page. Why don't you start a Facebook group in your city? Why don't you start an Uber or Lyft page, a business page under your regular Facebook page, right? You can go and put facebook.com/ I think it's pages or / business, and now you can create a sub account, right? For Uber and Lyft rideshare purposes, for example, if you want to promote your codes, make extra money, if you want to promote these type of stories in social media, I ask you kindly, get very, very active on Facebook, my friends. That's the easiest. And 99% of us should have Facebook, right? Some have Instagram, a couple of people like tweeting, like our dear president. He loves tweeting every day, 26 times each day on the toilet there. And some people have a YouTube account. Some people have this account, that account, whatever you do. Social media is for free. All it takes is an account, an email, a username, and a password, right? And you're in the race. You are using that to advertise for free. What is it costing you? It's costing you your time. That's all. You're not paying for a YouTube account. You're not paying for a Facebook account. You're not paying for a Twitter account. You're not paying for an Instagram account. You're not paying for a TikTok account. You're not paying for whatever account. Remember, all started off back in the day with MySpace. Right? Remember those days, MySpace? Good old Tom from MySpace. Tom was everybody's friend. That's where it all started. You can pretty much say that was the beginning of social media. Right? Okay, you guys got it. I don't have to go too deep into this video. We can call it quits here after 35 minutes. This was just a quick reminder to all of the Cali drivers, California, right? This went out to the California drivers, that you need to follow these instructions here and opt out, right? Guys, I'm sad. I'm sitting on 12 likes. I'm busting my beep, 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 BALLS here, and you're giving me 12 likes. Let's get that up to 30. I'm not leaving before I get 30 likes. There we go. We're up to 18 already. We're from 10 to 18. I will leave the ship at 30. That's the least you guys owe me. So you're on 20 right now. We're on 22. Thank you. For the one, for the second, for the third. Anybody out there in the highest bidder? Go for the first, go for the second. We have 25. We've got 25. We're going to have 25. Do we have 20? We have 27 over there. We have 27. We have 27. And going for the first, going for the second. And we have 26. How do you go down one? Somebody actually, boop, we jumped up. We got 28. We got 28. We got 28. We're going for 30. We've got 30. Have anybody for 30? We got a 29. We got 29 for the first. 29 for the first. 29 for the second. 29 for the second. We got 31. We got 31 over there. We got 31. Thank you. It goes to the highest bidder at $32. Whoever, 32 likes, $32, 33. Guys, if we want to, it's so simple. We took this from 10 to 33, right? So let's all get our social media platforms ready in 2020 and let's use them. Let's use them. They're not there just to sit around and log in and use them, right? Send a powerful message to North California. Guys, Mark Foudy, you're welcome. Paul Figueroa, you're welcome. I'm going to take a screenshot because, man, if there's anything I like, it's all of these wonderful thumbs up. Here it is, right? That's you guys. That's Uber. That's us. That's Uber. Anyway, Auto Top 79, thank you very much. Paul, I appreciate you. Moose in the house. Marcus in the house. Robin's in the house. James is in the house. The good James. Jennifer's in the house. Nathaniel Davies is in the house. Rideshare Hippie's in the house. Cool. Rideshare Hippie, did you go to Woodstock in 68? How old are you, buddy? Please do share with us. Tony Slaughter in the house. And I'm going to write this here. And this is how I'm going to leave you guys tonight. Thank you, and I appreciate you all. And I appreciate you for circulating the stories. I appreciate you for taking a stand, standing up for yourself and saying at 4 we ignore, at 5 we drive. I appreciate you for that, right? Always remember that. I wish you, Robin Rena is hitting me with 50 emojis. What does she have? She has stars. She has hearts. She has 100%. She has likes. Damn. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And what else? So we got, James says now throw Dara in the volcano. It's a bit harsh. Elijah Roma, hi from Chicago. Chicago, you have 33 degrees today, going up to a 42 of maximum. How do I know that? I dropped off a client at the airport today who's on his way to Chicago. So sending you a little bit of sunshine from Cali. Keep the cold. We don't want the cold down here. And I wish you all an amazing evening. My family is back. They're all being very, very silent. They're all being very great. We've got Danu in the house. We got Gwen. We got Laura. Can we have a combined hooray? Hooray! See, here they are. They're allowed to make noise. They have been so good to me. They've kept so quiet, like little mice. They came in. They can see, oh my God, Torsten's on a live stream. We better be quiet. Mother says, Laura says, girls, quiet. He's on a live stream. Now they can party. Once again, 1, 2, 3. Yay for all the people in the house. 1, 2, 3. Woo! See, we're giving you a shout out now. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Until the next live stream.